everyone, Amanda here with Moses and Me Card Company. Today I am going to be showcasing the cards we created with the March 2025 card kit from Simon Says Stamp called Tweet Friend. But first, let's take a look at what we get in the kit. Starting off with the paper, we get some white. This is Nina 110 pound solar white cardstock. And we also get an envelope from Simon. This is their blue violet. I don't think I've actually seen that color or used that color before, so that's kind of nice. And then we get a couple of specialty cardstocks. This is bubblegum glitter cardstock from Simon Says Stamp. And then we also get 4 Tim Holtz Ideologies confection craft cardstock, which is 4 pretty like spring-like colors. We also get a couple of 6x6 pattern papers. These are from Paper Rose Flower Shop. So they've got really pretty patterns. They kind of feel like a glossy, they're not exactly glossy, but they feel like they've got some sort of sheen on them. So we're going to have to make some tough decisions with paper, as usual. Alrighty, and then we also get the stamp set. This is, of course, the Tweet Friends stamp set from Simon Says Stamp. It's a nice big one. We get some metallic cord from Simon Says Stamp, as well as a Tim Holtz Ideology typed tag metal adornment. So we get a couple of those in that bag. We get the Simon Says Stamp Pretty Bow die set. That includes dies to create 5 different types of bows, which are nice. And then we also get the embossing folder. This is Drifting Flowers, and so you can see it there. So there you have it. There are the contents of the kit. I look forward to showing you the cards we create. Stay tuned. All right, here are the 7 cards we were able to create with this month's card kit. Starting fairly easily, I took some of the pattern paper that we had in the kit that had kind of a not a very busy pattern on it, so I could stamp on it and color one of the cute little images from the stamp set. It's a little bird in the mailbox with my Copic markers. And I, of course, put that on top of a piece of cardstock that I used the embossing folder on that we got in the kit, and just kind of kept it very monochromatic. As you can see with the little sentiment there, it's kind of in the same tone as the cardstock in the background, and my Love from Lizzie peel-offs are also in that same tone of green. And it just says just a note, and then of course the little bird has one little note coming out. So I thought that was kind of cute. So there you have card number 1. Just a very simple, nice, easy flat card in case you have to mail it. Now I did kind of struggle with this kit because I felt like some of the pattern paper didn't go really well with the stamp set. You know, the stamp set is kind of very whimsical, and the pattern paper is very florally, and I don't know. I just didn't feel like they went well together. But I also wanted to make some Easter cards, and I thought that this was the perfect paper for that since it was very pretty and just very spring-like. So I did use this opportunity to take some of the pattern paper and make some Easter cards with some items I have in my stash. Here I have, this is the crosses from Spellbinders, and that is from their, let's see here. This is called Gleaming Cross. So I glimmered that on some Desert Storm cardstock with some gold and glimmer, or gold foil rather, and You can see that I also used a frame from my stash. This is from Lawn Fawn. This is called the Fancy Scallop Rectangle. And so it's just a very neutral, it's kind of a green on green that I have it mounted on. And then of course I used a He Is Risen sentiment that is also from Spellbinders, and this is their Faith Glimmer sentiments. So I took that and also boiled that in the same gold that I used on the cross. I brought in some yellow flowers. These are from Spellbinders as well. This is of course their mini blooms and sprigs and their petite floral potpourri flowers. I just kind of put those all in one set envelope together because I always use them together. They're just kind of a little flower set. And there you have my an Easter card. So I always like to have Easter cards on hand. It's a great time of the year to witness to people, and what better way than through a handmade card. And I'll also say this card, the cross is stacked up with a couple of layers of cardstock, as is the sentiment, so that they've got a little bit of dimension as well. And then for card number 3, I made another Easter card. I really thought this beautiful wreath with it was very springy and just kind of a nice florally spring card. And so I used that same die from Lawn Fawn, the Fancy Scallop Rectangles, and cut that piece of pattern paper out, and I mounted it on some pink cardstock this time, some really, I think, light pink. I don't know what color this is, but it's just one of the light pinks I have floating around in my stash. And then of course, I cut the flowers out. Those are the same little petite floral potpourri and mini blooms and sprigs from Spellbinders. And the cross is from, this is a Tailored Expression die. It is called At the Cross, and it just makes this really pretty. I thought this cross was a nice size for the wreath that I was mounting it in. I cut that out of some specialty gold cardstock that I have in my stash, and it's got this pretty gold veining in it, so it's got a little bit of texture on it. And that of course is stacked up several die cuts high, so that it's got a little bit of dimension. And then I brought in the Easter morning sentiments from the Greetery, and it's got this really pretty He Is Risen stamp in it, and I really like how the die cut that out. So that's also gold heat embossed so that it's got some shine, and it's just kind of also stacked up, so it's got some dimension as well. And there you have card number 3. So I thought those turned out really pretty. And I hope that I send them or give them to somebody to send to somebody this Easter holiday. For card number 4, I brought in the embossing folder again. So the background cardstock is embossed with that embossing folder. And this is another very tone-on-tone card. I guess I was feeling that this month when I was creating these. So I brought in a window die from my stash. This is the Vista View window. These are from Tina Smith for Spellbinders. And it just kind of cuts out a nice little window. And I stamped my little bird scene in the background there, and I colored it in with some Copic markers. I also brought in a cloud stencil die and just kind of created a little window scene that a little kitty cat is looking outside. This is the cat companions. This is just kind of a silhouette die of a cat from Poppy Stamps. I used some of the twine that we got in the card kit, and of course I stamped my sentiment from the stamp set, and it just says "Sing like no one is listening," which I thought was kind of cute because the little cat is sitting there listening to the bird sing, or maybe it's watching it. The window is also popped up on some fun foam. I used the specialty cardstock that we got in the kit from Tim Holtz, and you can see that that die kind of embosses a little bit of a pattern around the window. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's got like a little decorative border, so that's really kind of pretty. And there is card number 4. For card number 5, I wanted to use that beautiful pattern paper that's got like the T scene down here at the bottom, but I wasn't quite sure what to put with it. I found in my stash, I have this set from My Favorite Things. This is called Tea Party, and it's got a little coffee cup that I thought would work nicely with the theme of this. So I cut that out of some of the pattern paper that we got in the kit. And this is more pattern paper that we got in the kit, and I just stamped hugs directly on that pattern paper since it was kind of a muted pattern paper and you could still read it. And then of course I stamped the Sending You Big on just a white piece of cardstock, and used one of my sentiment dies to cut that out. Now, one of the ladies I watch, which is Vicky P, she's Greek and I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but I'm sure you guys know who I'm talking about. She cut out her little butterflies from one of the pattern papers. She fussy cut those out, and I thought those were really pretty, and what a great idea, so I took that as well. And fussy cut out some of the little butterflies so that I had little things to adorn the cards with. It really matched the pattern paper nicely because they came from the pattern paper set that we got in the kit. So there you have card number 5. For card number 6, I wanted to use that beautiful flower cart pattern paper. So I stamped from the stamp set a wishing you a happy birthday. I pulled in some more of the butterflies from that one piece of pattern paper that we got. And then of course this is the bow die that we got in the kit. I put a little mint heart there in the middle. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's just kind of a little clear mint heart just to give that a little bit of dimension. The frame I used is from Spellbinders. This is their mirrored arch labels. Just kind of gave it an interesting opening there for the little scene. And that of course is mounted on some fun foam, so there's some dimension with that. And there you have card number 6 rather. And then for card number 7, kind of the same idea. I wanted to play a little bit more with the stamp set and some of the sentiments that we got in the kit. And so I stamped these cute little birds on just some white cardstock that I have that is Copic friendly. I colored them with my Copic markers, and then of course I stamped a sentiment from the stamp set. The ink I used for a couple of these is the VersaFine, and that is in the sepia, vintage sepia. So it's kind of like a nice dark, not super dark brown, but a lighter brown. So it kind of goes with the pastel colors a little bit. It's not as stark as black. And of course I brought in some blue cardstock from my stash. I think this is Glacier Mist from Spellbinders. I think that just kind of went really nicely with the pink that I have in there and the green that I have in there. That is cut out from the Arch Labels and Tags from Spellbinders. And so it kind of gives it a little interesting window there. And that of course is mounted on some fun foam, so it's got some dimension. And then of course I brought in some gems that I have from Spellbinders. These are in the crystal mix, and they've got like a kind of an opal milky white color in there that I thought went really pretty with what we have going on there. So there you have card number 7. So there are the 7 cards we were able to create this month using this card kit. I hope that this helps you guys if you're having trouble with the kit. And I appreciate you all watching and all of your support. And I look forward to the next card kit that we do together. As always, thank you so much for spending time with me today. I really appreciate it. I hope that you and your family have a lovely Easter, and I will chat with you later. Talk at y'all soon. Thanks so much.